Okay, today we're going to talk about how to find the distance between 2 points on the coordinate plane. So on this coordinate plane here, you can see that we have point A at 1, 3 and point B at 6, 3. Okay, these coordinates are both in the first quadrant. They both have a positive value. Okay, and they have the same y coordinate, which is 3. So they form a horizontal line. And if we want to know the distance from point A to point B, there's two things we can do. One, we can just count up the number of units. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this was labeled that each unit is 1 centimeter, the distance would be 5 centimeters. That's the easiest thing to do. Now the other thing you can do, being that they both have positive values, we know point B is at 6, 3. Point A is at 1, 3. So we can take their x coordinates and subtract 1 from 6. 6 minus 1 is 5, and that's another way of finding the distance. Okay, and that works in this example because we're dealing with positive numbers in the first quadrant. Okay, here's another example. Coordinate A is at 6, 6. Coordinate B is at 6, 1. Okay, they have the same x coordinate, so they're going to form a vertical line. You can see right from here. Okay, and again, if you want to calculate the distance between A and B, you can count the units. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so again, we would have 5 centimeters here. Or you could subtract the y coordinates. 6 minus 1 is 5 centimeters. And again, that works fine in this example because there are positive values. Okay, in this example, we have point A in the second quadrant, and its coordinates are negative 8, 2. Point B is in the first quadrant. Its coordinates are positive 8, 2. They have the same y coordinates, so they form a horizontal line. Okay. Now, what is the distance from between point A and point B? This one's a little trickier. The safest thing always to do is to count the units. Don't count the lines, but count the units. If these are 1 centimeter, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so the total distance would be 16 centimeters. Okay, another way of doing it, we can't just subtract the coordinates here now like we did in the previous examples because we're in different quadrants. So you could find the distance from point A to the y-axis. Okay, point A is at negative 8. Now distance is never negative, so we're going to use the absolute value of negative 8, which is 8. It's 8 units from point A, right here, to the y-axis. And then from the y-axis to point B is another 8 units. Okay, and we're going to add these two numbers together. 8 and 8 is 16. Okay, in our final example, we have a map of Foggy Mountain Park on a coordinate grid. Each unit is 1 mile in this example. Camp 1 is at negative 4, 3. It's in the second quadrant. And Camp 2 is in the first quadrant at 5, 3. So again, we can just draw a line. That's the easiest thing to do. Okay, you're least likely to make a mistake. Even if you do it another way, you should check it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so they're 9 miles away, because in this one we said each unit was a mile. You can also use absolute value from negative 4, Camp 1 up here, from negative 4 to the y-axis. The absolute value of negative 4 is 4. Okay, and from the y-axis to Camp 2 is 5 units. 4 units plus 5 units is 9. Okay, so remember, distance is never negative, so you can use absolute value when you're using the coordinate plane. Okay, and the easiest and safest thing to do is always to just count the number of units. Whenever you have a problem on the coordinate plane, make sure you draw the picture, draw the line, and have a good visual aid.